Let's now move to a developing story in Burundi, where there is rising tension as forces loyal to President Pierre Nkurunziza are facing off with those who announced a coup earlier today. As President Nkurunziza arrived in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, to meet with other East African heads of state to discuss the unrest in Burundi, Army General Godefroid Niuyobbare declared he had taken over, but the president soon issued a statement saying he was still in charge. As KTN's Betty Kialo reports, the mutineers have announced they will shut down the main airport in Bujumbura to prevent Nkurunziza from returning home from Tanzania.
For the last couple of weeks, Burundi has seen a spate of violent protests against President Pierre Nkurunziza's bid to stand for a third term. And today, the simmering disquiet came full circle after the Major General Godefroid Niuyobbare announced he had overthrown the presidency. General Niuyobbare made the announcement first to reporters at a military barracks in the capital Bujumbura, after which he had a radio broadcast where he said he was working with civil society groups, religious leaders and politicians to form a transitional government. The coup declaration came hours after Nkurunziza arrived in Arusha, Tanzania, for the talks to end the crisis in his country. On hearing about the events back in his country, he dismissed the claims on his Twitter account, saying the coup had failed. His office also reacted to the coup reports, rubbishing them as a joke. After the announcement, crowds poured into the streets of the capital to celebrate the news, saying President Nkurunziza had violated the constitution and the Arusha peace deal, which ended an ethnically fueled civil war in 2005 that left 300,000 people dead. General Niuyobbare, who was the former intelligence chief in the country and also served as an ambassador to Kenya, said he would lead a democratic election process. He added that in the next few days, he would form a committee tasked with the restoration of national harmony that would ensure a peaceful electoral environment. But President Pierre Nkurunziza has given a press statement in Dar es Salaam saying that the coup attempt was foiled and that those people who announced the coup via private local radios are sought by the defense and security forces so that they are brought to justice. Nkurunziza spoke minutes after the conclusion of the East Africa Heads of State crisis meeting in Dar es Salaam, which was called to discuss the Burundi situation. The meeting condemned the coup, calling for the return of normalcy in the country. The summit has also advised on the postponement of the elections.
The summit condemns in the strongest terms possible the coup in Burundi, and the summit is of the view that it does not solve the problems of Burundi. We don't accept the coup, we condemn it in the strongest terms possible, and we call upon return to constitutional order in that country.
20 people have died in Burundi since the 26th of April, when Nkurunziza announced his intention to run for a third term in the election. 50,000 people have since fled to neighboring states for safety. Betty Kialo, KTN.